at this time, please join me in welcoming the NANOG Committee representatives, along with NANOG awesome staff member Valerie Wittkop, who will facilitate the NANOG 96 community meeting.
Thanks, Kate. Got the clicker. All right. A lot of my job is herding cats. And so getting them all in the same place at the same time is great. The fact that they're all in a row right now, I feel like I just won NANOG 96. And there goes Adair. I just lost NANOG 96. Welcome to the community meeting. Thank you for those of you that are in the room. We are going to get started. We started this format in Arlington last October so that the people who do the majority of the work, which are our volunteers on our various committees, can report out to you what it is that they're doing. And then also just to give you a little bit of an organizational update, not from a membership standpoint, but from an activities standpoint relating to the conferences. So I'll start with organization updates, and then you will get to hear from everybody else on the stage, and then I will have a message from CompuDopt, and we'll open it up into Q&A after that. So to start with, strategic goals get published every year. So in January, our 2026 goals were published. The URL there on the screen will let you go in and look at the specific targets under each of those three main areas. If you want to learn more, you can visit that URL or attend the members meeting tomorrow morning if you're a member. If you're not a member, it's not too late to join. Go ahead, become a NANOG member and show up tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock for the member meeting. And then the next big update is related to development of our registration system, and we've made some improvements. Question, why change what seems to be working? We wanted to make a cleaner user interface, user experience for you. So we've put in a few changes that you will see when we open up registration for NANOG 97. We've improved validation logic, emails. Some of you out there like to have emails that still come in plain text versions, so that will be a thing going forward. And then that list of items there are some of the other improvements that we've made. I have screenshots of what it's going to look like, so I'm not going to read each of these right now. On the left side, you will see your cart. We've added a shopping cart system, so all registrations are going to go through a cart for consistency. You'll be able to see what type of ticket you purchased, if you used a discount, if you purchased any passes, or bulk tickets. Bulk tickets would be the other new thing that we've done. If you've ever registered now and then also went to register additional people, there was a whole process. You had to know who they were, names, emails, and not every company works that way. So we've removed the add individuals and created a bulk ticket option so you can purchase multiple tickets in one go. So if you know you want to come to NANOG 97 and you want to bring 5 team members, but you're not sure who it's going to be, or you're going to decide later on who it's going to be, you can purchase the tickets in the standard rate and have them register with a code anytime between then and the conference. There is some validation logic that goes in with that. If you can see on the upper right-hand side, there are, you can pick a number of tickets, and you have to understand if you purchase bulk tickets, they're non-refundable. You can't transfer them to a different meeting, and we make you acknowledge that before you're allowed to continue through with your purchase. We added a couple of different payment options as well. You can request an invoice, which will give you information necessary to turn into your accounting department to have them send a payment, or you can do a bank transfer, as well as pay with credit card, which has been pretty standard for a while. We have also, I'm showing actually card or bank, right? If you pick card or bank transfer options will show up. If you pick invoice, then you will get that next screen, which gives you that blue button to be able to download an invoice PDF, and that also will show up on your profile itself. We added progress tracking, so if you see registration progress, there's 3 steps. Those will change color and number according to where you're at within the process. And we added editing, making things a little easier, so you'll see that gray box that says edit cart. So if you got to this process, you realize you didn't have everything correct, or you added more than you wanted to, you can hit edit cart and it'll take you back to the beginning so that you can fix those issues. And then PDF invoices that I had mentioned earlier. One, the first time you do ask for an invoice, it'll actually have that red payment due. And then once you pay it, your invoice will update and show the green paid in full. If you ask for an invoice and decide to pay by credit card, there will also be a button for you to click to just make that change without having to reach out to NANOG to make that change for you. Search feature, which we launched back in October. We've had some updates. Feedback came in from everybody. Thank you so much. That's great. There were requests to add event filters, to add sorting options, and then we actually watch what you search. So we made one other change. For screen captures, I decided to search on Keynote. We've had several of them, so I knew that would get me results, 131 as it turns out. But if I wanted to know specifically keynotes at NANOG 94, by having that filter by event option, I could just click directly on NANOG 94 and it would bring me those results only. And then by relevance, sorting by relevance, the first and default will always be relevance based on the keywords that you entered in, but you can change that to be newest or oldest responses first and run down the list that way. And then when I said we were watching how the searches came in, because we're trying to make sure that the logic behind returning the results matches what it is you're asking for, we noticed a lot of people were looking for items that had gone through the NANOG mail list. So we added a direct link from the website search page to take you to the mail list archive search page. If in any of these things you're going through and you find something that you're not sure what it is, or you think you found a bug or anything like that, or you have an idea on how it can be better, feedback@nanog.org, we kind of survive on that. We make things better for you by you giving us feedback. So please don't ever hesitate to reach out to us if you have any of those things. And then a couple of other pieces. We wanted to remind you that we do have an in memoriam section on our website. NANOG is a community, and we recognize the need to have a special place to remember those who are no longer with us. And this in memoriam section is what we have set up for people to be able to make contributions and make memories of people, add pictures, add comments, things like that. So please, if there's somebody you would like to have recognized there, use that webpage so everybody else will be able to go and remember fondly as well for those that we've lost. And then the last thing, every single person up here is probably going to say something about it as well, but February is always committee appointment time, and so from now until 9 o'clock tomorrow night, you will hear committee appointments are open. Please consider joining us. And with that, we'll move into our first committee, Adair.
Thank you, thank you. So that discount code that you popped up there twice has been invalidated now, right?
That discount code is in the dev environment because the new registration is not on production yet, and when production is rolled out, that will not be an active code, no.
No, she will not give you the good codes, Patrick, unless you would like to stand for the program committee, in which case you do get complimentary registration to our NANOG events. So I am Adair Thaxton. I am the chair of the program committee. The reason that I am sitting second is because my primary job at these events is to get up on stage and tell terrible jokes and to annoy the living hell out of Val. So I'm being the meat shield between Val and them. If anyone's going to be stabbed on this stage, it will be me, and trust me, I will have deserved it. So what the program committee does is we're primarily responsible for recruiting and selecting the speakers and the content that you see on stage. We usually get about 75 submissions per NANOG, about 35 to 40 of which make it onto the schedule, depending how many long talks and how many workshops we have. Once a presentation, which we do require full slide decks to be submitted for consideration. Once a presentation is submitted, it's assigned a shepherd who works with the presenter to make sure that their slides are technical, interesting to our audience, and not a sales pitch. Y'all are brutal about sales pitches in the surveys, so we're pretty strict about that, not just for us, not just for the speaker, but for you. Once the shepherd thinks that the presentation is good enough, it's opened up for voting and comments within the program committee tool. In order to be auto-accepted into the program, a presentation needs a minimum number of votes, at least 10, and a minimum score, at least 4.0 on a scale of 1 to 5. Typically, as we wrap up the selection of the talks, there are a couple of talks that are on the bubble, in which case we discuss those in our biweekly PC meetings and see whether or not they should be accepted. Once we have selected all of the talks that will fit into the agenda, the program committee leadership builds the agenda, which is what we call horse trading, essentially. Some people get the really great slots and some people get the Wednesday afternoon slots. It's nothing personal. It's just how things work out. We try to give everybody the best slot possible. We know how important and gratifying and intimidating and crazy it is to be accepted to speak on the NANOG stage, especially for the first time. So we want everybody to be happy with their time slots. If there are any time restraints on when you're able to present, that's factored into the tool. We have a schedule constraints block for that. The time commitment to be on the program committee varies from an hour or two a week to a couple of hours in the weeks leading up to NANOG. Most of it is just reviewing the talks and leaving comments. Shepherding talks can take maybe half an hour a day in the week or two leading up to voting, and content review can take up to half an hour a day in the week or two before the conference. The program committee is also responsible for general content, tutorials, and birds of a feather gathering, as you see on the screen. And there are additional committees, which you'll hear from in a few minutes, that oversee and guide the workshops and hackathon.
Thank you, Adair. The next committee is our audit committee, and Tom Beecher is going to speak to that.
Thank you. Tom Beecher from Yahoo, representing the audit committee. I'm at this end of the stage also to make sure Val cannot hit me. So I think I might know her more than just about anyone else on this stage, but I have one role. Anywho, the audit committee, for those not familiar, we do not audit the organization. We review the report generated by our external auditors of the organization's finances and flag any concerns or items of note that we feel the board should be aware of. It's not a huge time commitment. It's a couple hours in the Q1 when it comes out. So we're going to be entering that process fairly soon. We also do have 2 members timing off this February. So we will have a couple open spots for appointments. I think we have a couple people on the list already, but if you are interested in this type of work, having some financial experience and background is not required, but exceptionally helpful. Yeah, if you have any questions, you can see myself, anyone else in the audit committee, or just nominate yourself. So thank you.
Thank you, Beecher. Community Engagement Committee is up next, and Clara.
Thank you, Val. Yeah, so with the Community Engagement Committee, we're focused on helping everyone at NANOG feel welcome and build, new relationships and friendships with the folks here. We have several events that we help run, mostly with a lot of help from Val and Day, to give people some opportunities to connect. We launched NANOG Active officially now, which is, the early morning slot. You'll see folks that join a running club, others doing yoga, others doing pickleball. And this, might become a sponsorship opportunity maybe in the future. So it's a great time to make new friends and build a community here, especially if you're a newcomer to NANOG. We also have the Women in Tech Mixer, generally Sundays at 5 p.m. We try and do it right before the conference kicks off, just so we can, meet people that are at NANOG who identify as women. And it's a great opportunity to get to know each other. Generally, we have a fun theme, some icebreaker games, and a giveaway at the end. So it's a great time to meet other women at NANOG. We also now have the Community Connect lunch on Mondays. There we're working with the mentorship committee as well, just to make sure that newcomers get to meet the people at NANOG. Our NANOG ambassadors that the mentorship committee has been spearheading has joined us and anchoring those tables to allow everyone to get to know each other. So that's been great. And we are this time introducing kind of an icebreaker during Beer and Gear as well to drive engagement with all of our sponsors there. And I think...
Yep, more
That's it.
details on that icebreaker have been in the daily messages, so check your email, please. Okay, our next committee up is elections, and we have Michael Voidy.
Thanks, Val. My name is Michael Voidy. I'm with the University of Vermont. I go by Mike, Michael, or Voidy if you want to talk to me out in the field. We are currently in a down cycle right now. We will not be starting up weekly or bi-weekly meetings with the election committee until August 2026. But from now until the next NANOG, we may have some ad hoc meetings every other week or maybe once a month to discuss maybe any strategies we want to come up with for getting the word out to all the NANOG members about your vote is important. We want your vote. We want you to vote. We want to make it easy for you to vote, among those other things as well. It's never too early to think about being a candidate. As you all know, and you've heard from Val and others, that this is committee appointment time. There will be some slots open up on the election committee. There are people that have termed out, and unfortunately we lost one very valued member last year. But it's never too late. Please sign up if you're interested. You could join myself, Frank, Chris, and Dave, Courtney, and I think I'm missing, Tom and Tony on the committee. We have a great time. We have good meetings. Val is our fearless leader, and we love her to death. And then if you want to get involved, don't hesitate to start a discussion on the mailing list.
Thanks, Voidy. The Hackathon Committee has an update, and Chris Woodfield is going to provide that for us.
Hi, I'm Chris Woodfield, unaffiliated, but I've been the chair of the Hackathon Committee for quite a while, and you might have noticed that the past couple NANOGs there has not been a hackathon event, and that is because we're currently working on attempting to retool the format of the hackathon. We've tried on a number of different formats that have evolved over time. Most recently, we've been using a competition style format using capture the flag style challenges. And what we found is of the various formats that the hackathon has used over the years, that may have been the one that we have had the most passionate success over, but not at the scale that we really need to keep that format sustainable. So revisiting the various types of hackathons we've run, I think what we've landed on is that hackathons where we have sponsors who can bring in outside content have always been the ones that resonated the most with the audience. So we're leaning in that direction and seeking sponsorships, contributors, and anyone who can provide event content. If you have a project, an open source project, or a product that you would like to see a room full of smart people and work on and give you ideas and see what they can do with it, the hackathon is the place to do that. And I would like to talk to you. If if you've got anything to contribute there. The committee will continue. We will have committee members. We'll be recruiting committee members just like the other committees, and so if you're interested in serving, please get in touch. But if you are a sponsor, a potential sponsor, if you have a project or product that you would like to see people work on, you can get a chance to see new ideas, new use cases, possibly new features, or recognize new engineering talent when you see someone in the room do an interesting thing with your product or project. So if you have an idea, if you'd like to get in touch, use the hackathon-support@nanog.org, or find me or any other committee members, and we'd be happy to talk to you. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris. We have the mentorship committee, and Justin is going to speak for them today.
All right, thanks, Val. Yep. Wendy Leedy, who is our chair for the mentorship committee, wasn't able to join us in person, so I'm going to kind of speak to some of the things that our committee has been working on. You can kind of see our three main focuses there on the slide. So I know a number of you in the room have volunteered to be an ambassador for NANOG 96. We really appreciate that. The idea behind the ambassador program is to have some people who have been coming to NANOG for a number of the different NANOG events and are familiar with how it runs and are able to answer questions for people who are newer to NANOG. Maybe this is their first time, or they're fairly new to the organization, so that they can understand how it all works. Honestly, most of the questions we get are, where do I find the main stage? Where's the coffee? Those type of things. So the questions tend to be fairly easy, I think, that the ambassadors are asked. So if you feel like giving back a little time, we can always use more ambassadors for NANOG 97 going forward. Feel free to reach out to us, and we're happy to connect with you to have you serve as an ambassador. As the name of the committee would imply, we also run the mentorship program for NANOG. So the goal there obviously is to pair up a mentor and a mentee, someone who's looking to be mentored. Could be that they're early in career, or it could be that they're looking to make a career change, get into careers in networking, and just looking for somebody who's been there and done that and can kind of help answer questions for them about how did you get to where you're at, what did your journey look like, how could I replicate what you've done to be successful. We tend to have more mentees than we do mentors. So if you are interested in serving as a mentor, please reach out to us, and we'll help connect you with a mentee. We would love to get, we always need both sides of that equation, and basically one-to-one as much as possible. We can pair up multiple mentees with a mentor if need to be, but the more mentors we have, the better we can do those pairings. And then the final thing that we focus on is the newcomer orientation, which Clara alluded to earlier. The idea behind that meeting, which we had this morning, kicking off NANOG, as well as just the overall newcomer program, is to welcome new people to our community. It's probably no secret to any of those of us who've been doing this for a long time that we're going to retire at some point. We're going to need that next generation of people that want to get into careers in networking, to get excited about what the career like this could look like in networking. Welcome them to NANOG so that they get involved in our community and continue to show up for future NANOGs and be involved in the community that we've all gotten so much out of. So, we work, like Clara said, collaboratively with community engagement. There's some overlap there when we're trying to just welcome people into this community, make sure that they get engaged, that they get the full benefit of the NANOG experience when they're here at one of these events. Like all the other committees, I'll put in a plug. We can always use more volunteers. So if any of these programs that I just went through are things that you're interested in, that you have a passion for, please consider joining the mentorship committee. I think there's about 4 or 5 of us that are active in the committee. As normal with volunteers, life and day job get busy, so we could always use additional help to kind of fill in the gaps when the rest of us are fully consumed with other parts of our life. So that's my pitch, I think, for mentorship committee.
Thank you, Justin. Our next committee is the moderation committee, and we have Ryan to speak to that.
Thank you, Val. I am Ryan Hamill, ZAO. Before I get started, if you would like to join the NANOG Discord, please scan the QR code on the slide, as I'll be quick here. Thank you for your contributions to the mailing list and Discord in 2025. As we closed 2025, the Discord has had over 1,300 participants, and the mailing list has 10,800 plus subscribers, ranging from those who are simply curious to data centers, enterprises, and service providers of varying sizes. A few facts about the Discord is that the Discord, the company, has listed the NANOG Discord in their server directory in the fall, which means, like I said, users are joining daily, which is nice. Another fact is that there are 2 times more users in the Discord that use Discord on both their desktop and mobile devices than those who have it installed on a single device. A few facts on the mailing list. Activity was highest during the spring and summer months. 47% of the active contributors have sent a single message to the list. 41% have sent less than 10 messages to the list. And then we have Tom that has sent over 100 messages to the list. If you have any feedback, if you have any feedback or questions about the Discord mailing list or the committee in general, please feel free to reach out to myself or any committee member that is here or in the Discord, or email us at forum@nanog.org. If you'd like to help us moderate the mailing list in Discord, please nominate yourself. As I wrap things up, I would like to thank the 2025 moderation committee members, Kate Gary, Tim Burke, Darren Cara, Jeremy Johns, board liaison Steve Feldman, NANOG staff Dave, Valerie, and Greg, our ex-board liaison Kat Grinsky, and we thank them for their hard work and dedication, and thank you for including your voice in 2025 on the Discord and mailing list, and hope to see you there in 2026. Thank you.
Thanks, Ryan. And our last committee is the workshop committee, and it's going to go back to Clara.
Thank you. So with the workshop committee, we've been focusing on enabling sessions where folks can have some hands-on training sessions on a specific technology while here at NANOG in person. It requires advanced registration, so you can either follow the link on the agenda or at the very top of the menu bar of the event and sign up for the workshop. For 96, there's the From Models to Operations from Cisco, which is taking place tomorrow. And we have a few submissions rolling in for 97. One thing to keep in mind about workshops is, as Adair had mentioned earlier, during the plenary sessions, the program committee tries to keep things mostly either, vendor agnostic or approach things from a standpoint of solving a problem rather than, a sales pitch. In a workshop, we understand that in our day-to-day jobs, we do use vendor-specific technologies sometimes. So it's kind of hard to do hands-on training sessions with technologies that are not owned by anyone. So one thing that we understand there is that these can be vendor-specific, and they are subject to certain commercial terms for commercial entities specifically. And we can talk more about that, obviously, if anyone has questions. But yeah, we're trying to address asks from both sides, from attendees who want to get that hands-on experience here at NANOG, meet the people that run those technologies here on site, and complete the coursework while they're here, maybe even a certification, which they can then take back to their day job and apply in practice. And for providers, they have the opportunity to bring that to NANOG and interact with the next generation of network engineers and folks who are working in operations day to day, and meet them directly. There are also some branding opportunities there. So if there are any questions, happy to answer. Another thing, yes, we are also looking for volunteers, both for workshops committee and community engagement committee. One thing I'll add, obviously, given our time back to NANOG, which I think we've all gotten so much out of, is great. And another thing to consider is I'm not a technical person. And at first I thought, it's only engineers that can volunteer here, but definitely not, especially in all the committees. There's room for folks with different perspectives and different skill sets. So yeah, if you have the time to volunteer, please do.
Thanks, Clara. Back to me. So join a committee. If you heard anything up here, if for no other reason, join a committee and then you get to talk to either myself or Day on a regular basis all year long. And you have no idea how much fun that is until you actually get to do it. So seriously, sign up, join a committee. You won't regret it. It's, an hour every other week or so. Unless you're overachievers on 3 committees. Maybe. Kate, maybe? Then it's a little bit more than an hour every other week. But every February, you're going to hear this. Every February, come join us. There is a link to the candidate form directly from nanog.org. It's in the upper right-hand corner. I didn't grab a screenshot for this presentation, but it's there. So if you go to nanog.org, upper right corner, you just hit a button and it's going to take you to the page where it says what the committees are, and at the bottom of it, there's a form. You fill it out. I get an email, and then I immediately send you the link for the full candidate question form. These committees and what they do are what really makes so many of the programs, projects, and interest groups and community building that takes place at a NANOG conference possible. So join your peers, and it really is fun. I mean, I before I was an employee, I was a volunteer, and I guarantee you I'm even less technical than Clara. So it's a fun thing to do. Please consider joining us. There will be, during the break, downstairs in Pacific N, a chance to meet with the board members and ask any questions that you may have about the committees. And maybe some of you all would be willing, I'm going to put you all on the spot. Maybe you'd be willing to go down there as well. Maybe drag a few friends with you. There will be break food set up down there so you won't miss anything out in the grand foyer, I promise. But take a chance, take a moment, not a chance, take a moment, ask some questions, learn a bit more, and maybe take another step in involvement with NANOG. And with that, a message from CompuTops. So you may have, I got time. I still got 12 and a half minutes. All right, so you may remember this morning, Jonathan mentioning the NANOG Serves partner CompuTops during the conference opening. So if you were at NANOG 95 in Arlington, you may even remember seeing their table set up near the espresso bar area. So today, I'm excited to share a little bit of information with you about our NANOG Serves partner. CompuTops is a national nonprofit on a mission to bridge the digital divide by equipping under-resourced youth and communities with connectivity devices, digital learning, and the support they need to thrive in a connected world. And so they sent, because they could not be here, competing conferences, small staff, they're also a nonprofit like NANOG is. They couldn't be here, so they sent a video. It's only a minute. I know videos aren't the favorite thing of ever, but we have a video, and I'm hoping when I hit the next button that it's going to play and you'll be able to hear it. We're going to try.
A computer isn't just a computer. It's a pathway to possibility. That's why we at CompuTops provide free access to computers and technology education to kids and their families. We receive donated computers, recondition them, and load them up with programs that families need. Families who don't own a computer enter a giveaway on our website. If selected, they're notified when they can come pick up their free computer. Then it's theirs to keep forever. We'll even help them get connected with a free or low-cost internet service. With a computer and access to the web, the possibilities are endless. And we don't stop there. We also provide technology education to young people, sparking their curiosity and preparing them for bright futures. Who knew donating that old computer could change a life? Help us empower youth through technology. Visit compudopt.org today.
And so, through the device distribution, internet connectivity solutions, and hand-on education opportunities, CompuDopt is creating pathways for students and families to succeed. And you might be wondering, what can I do as NANOG? It really is equipment donation. If you are in your company and you are, end-of-lifing equipment that you would normally send to, a landfill somewhere, you can connect with CompuDopt. You can reach out to Carolyn Fung. Her information is here on the screen. It's also in the PDF on the website. And coordinate with them to donate your equipment. They'll scrub it, they'll repurpose it. If it's not something that can go into the hands of a family directly, they have a way to recycle it and get cash for it that will then allow them to continue doing some of their other programs. They partner all of this year to make progress. They recently served their 1 millionth individual, and they're looking towards serving 1 million more. And with that, now, Kate, we're at the end. We're at Q&A. Open comments. If there are any questions, any comments, anything on the remote, please come to the mic and let us know.
Thank you, guys. Oh, there it goes.
In the event that you missed anything that we said or you would like a refresher about what the committees do, we do have a printout of the committee descriptions at the showcase table outside in the main area.
I forgot to mention that part.
Be aware, while people always jest about Val wanting to stab people, she just looks at you really sad and makes you feel like you've made all the wrong life decisions when you make her mad.
My camera's not usually even on during those calls, so you can't say that.
And thank you, Ryan, as well, for standing up for the moderation committee. You omitted your name from the list.
Thank you, Kate.
All right, if there are no further questions, thank you very much.
I think we're giving you 8 minutes back.
Well.